Life rarely asks us whether we are ready before it tests us. It simply arrives, unannounced, carrying storms we never planned for and lessons we never asked to learn. This is the story of strength, not the loud kind that shouts victory, but the quiet kind that whispers, keep going. This is the story of learning, again and again, that you are strong enough to continue, even when everything inside you wants to stop. The weight of ordinary struggles. Ayan was not extraordinary by the world's standards. He did not come from wealth, nor did he have connections or special advantages. He was just a young man with ordinary dreams and an extraordinary amount of responsibility resting on his shoulders. Every morning he woke before sunrise in a small rented house that echoed with silence. His father had passed away years ago, leaving behind debts instead of savings. His mother worked tirelessly, but her health was fragile. Ayan was the one who carried the unspoken promise to hold the family together. On the outside, he looked calm. On the inside, he was tired in a way sleep could not fix. Each day felt like a repetition of effort without reward. He worked, studied, helped at home, and still felt like he was falling behind. Life seemed to move forward for everyone else while he remained stuck, struggling to take even one confident step. There were moments when he questioned his own strength. Maybe I'm not built for this, he thought on the nights when exhaustion pressed heavily on his chest. Maybe I've already given everything I had. But life did not pause to listen to his doubts. The days continued, one after another, asking him to show up again. When quitting feels like relief, there came a time when the pressure grew unbearable. Ayan failed an important exam, one he had pinned all his hopes on. That failure felt like a final blow, as if life itself had declared him incapable. He sat alone on the rooftop one evening, watching the sky darken. The city lights flickered below, alive and busy, while his world felt painfully still. For the first time, quitting did not feel like weakness. It felt like relief. No more trying, no more failing, no more disappointment, just rest. Tears streamed down his face, not loud sobs, but silent tears that carried years of unspoken pain. He wasn't crying because he was weak. He was crying because he had been strong for too long without being understood. In that moment, Ayan did not feel strong at all. Strength doesn't always feel strong. People often talk about strength as if it is something bold and confident. But real strength rarely looks like that. Most of the time, it looks like waking up when you don't want to. It looks like continuing even when motivation is gone. It looks like choosing not to give up, not because you are fearless, but because you have no other choice. Ayan realized something important that night. Strength is not the absence of pain, it is the decision to keep moving despite it. He remembered his mother's tired smile, the way she never complained even when her body ached. He remembered the sacrifices his father had made before he passed away. They hadn't been superheroes. They had simply continued, and if they could continue, so could he. One small decision. The next morning, Ayan made a decision, not a dramatic one, not a life-changing declaration, just a small decision. I will try again today. That was all. He didn't promise success. He didn't expect miracles. He simply chose not to quit. That single decision became the foundation of his strength. He started rebuilding slowly. He reviewed his mistakes instead of running from them. He adjusted his routine, even when it felt uncomfortable. Some days were productive, many days were not, but he kept showing up, and that mattered more than he realized. The loneliness of growth. Continuing is often a lonely path. People celebrate results, not effort. They notice success, not struggle. Ayan faced days when no one encouraged him, days when his hard work went unnoticed, days when he questioned whether his efforts meant anything at all. But growth does not ask for applause. It only asks for consistency. There were nights when he studied with tired eyes, reminding himself, this pain is temporary. Giving up would make it permanent. There were mornings when he felt weak but stood up anyway, because continuing had become a habit. Slowly, without him noticing, his mindset began to change. He no longer asked, am I strong enough? He began to say, I have survived worse. Strength is built, not discovered. One of the biggest lies we believe is that strong people are born strong. The truth is far simpler and far more hopeful. Strength is built, moment by moment, choice by choice. Every time Ayan continued despite fear, he added a layer to his strength. Every time he refused to quit on a bad day, he grew a little tougher inside. He didn't suddenly become fearless, he became resilient. There is a difference. Fear still visited him, doubt still whispered, but they no longer controlled him. He understood something powerful. You don't need to feel strong to be strong. You just need to continue. The turning point. No one sees. Success rarely announces its arrival. It enters quietly, after long periods of unseen effort. Months later, Ayan passed an exam he once thought impossible. It wasn't perfect, but it was progress. That single result didn't change his life overnight, but it changed something more important. It changed how he saw himself. For the first time, he didn't feel like a victim of circumstances. He felt capable, and that feeling, earned through persistence, was stronger than any motivation speech. Learning to trust yourself. One of the greatest rewards of continuing is self-trust. Ayan learned to trust that even if things went wrong, he would not collapse. He learned that he could handle disappointment. He learned that his strength did not depend on outcomes, it depended on effort. Life continued to challenge him. Responsibilities didn't disappear. Problems didn't magically resolve, but he faced them differently now. He no longer asked life to be easier. He asked himself to be stronger, and he already was. For the one who feels tired today, if you are reading this and feeling exhausted, overwhelmed, or broken, understand this: you are not weak for feeling tired. You are tired because you have been strong for a long time. Continuing does not mean ignoring your pain, it means acknowledging it and choosing to move forward anyway. Some days, continuing will mean doing your best. Other days, it will mean doing the bare minimum. Both count. You do not need to have everything figured out. You do not need to feel confident. You do not need to see the whole path. You only need to take the next step. Strength is staying when leaving is easier. Anyone can quit when life becomes difficult. Strength is staying when leaving feels easier. Strength is choosing hope when disappointment surrounds you. Strength is believing in yourself when results are slow. Strength is continuing even when no one is watching. Ayan's story is not special because he never struggled. It is powerful because he did, and so is yours. The quiet victory of not giving up. Years later, Ayan looked back at the moments when he almost quit. The rooftop, the tears, the doubts. Those moments did not define his weakness. They defined his courage. Because despite everything, he continued. Not perfectly, not confidently, but consistently. And that made all the difference. Final message. Life will test you. It will exhaust you. It will make you question your worth and your strength. But remember this truth: you are strong enough to continue. Not because life is easy, but because you have survived everything so far. Even when you feel broken, you are still breathing. Even when you feel lost, you are still moving. Even when you feel weak, you are still standing. Continue, not because you have to, but because your future self is counting on you. Your story is not over. Your strength is not gone. And you are stronger than you believe. You are strong enough to continue.